Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Learn with PosterMyWall. I'm Lisa, and today our guest is Jade Steckley, who is principal at Jade Social Media. And Jade is joining us today from Canada. So are you tired of people telling you that you need to be authentic on social media, but not really explaining or showing you what being authentic on social media really means? I mean, I know I am. So to solve that, today we invited Jade to show and tell you how to connect authentically on social media. Excuse me. But also she's going to show you a lot of really great examples of good social media marketing that you can use from and adapt and apply to your own business. But first, let us know who's here and what your biggest social media challenge is. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia today, and Susie and Audrey are both in the San Francisco Bay Area. So I first discovered Jade online, actually through her work. There is a watercolor instructor named Angela Fair who does a really great job with her marketing. And so I found myself wondering, who does Angela's social media? So I sent an email off and I got the answer. It is Jade. So I emailed Jade and asked her if she would come join us. And she said yes, and we are thrilled to death to have her today. So in addition to managing social media for Angela Fair, Jade helps other small businesses build their online presence and sell their products with integrity. Her tools include TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram Reels, and video. Our hope is that when you leave today, you're going to have some ideas that you're ready to apply to create your own great social media content. And if you stay till the end today, we have some special bonus content for you. We're going to have a link to download Jade's presentation, links to all of the templates, so you can access those without having to look for them. All the templates we're going to show you today in class, and links to some brand style guides that you can use too. So before I hand the session over to Jade, I just want to remind you that if you have questions for Jade or PosterMyWall, put them in the comments. If we don't answer live today, we will go back this afternoon and we'll get back to everybody today. And as always, this video is going to stay on our Facebook page, so you can come back and watch whenever you want, share it with your friends. We'll also be putting it on our blog, Gradient, and on YouTube. Audrey, do you have any shout outs or questions before we get started?
People are still logging in, or coming in, but we do have an Alicia from New York saying hi, and Nigeria, Rhode Island, Georgia, Montana. So they're definitely pouring in.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna hand over the screen to Jade. And welcome, Jade.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the PosterMyWall class. I am delighted to be here. So my name is Jade Steckley, and I live in Northern British Columbia, Canada, with my husband and 5 daughters. And like I said, I am just so delighted to be here today. I have such a passion for marketing, and I'm really allergic to bad marketing, to marketing with no integrity. And so I wanted to come on here and share my 5 steps to authentic social media marketing. Now, I'm going to do my best to stay within the time, because each of these steps could probably have their own big presentation. They're so important and they're so involved. So I'm really going to just be touching the surface. But I will at the end have the last slide. It has a list of all of the examples I used, so that you can go and check out all of their pages for even more examples and things like that. But just for the sake of time, I will just be touching on them a little bit. So the circumstances this past year and a half have shifted how most business owners conduct business. Many who never needed an online presence or never thought to go online suddenly need to have ordering options, or just to be able to keep their customers informed of changes as they arise. I know in our local area, it seems like it's constantly changing. You know, you can dine in, or you need to order online. There's all these different changes that it is really nice to be able to just go to a spot online and be able to get that information really quickly. So having an online presence is helpful for any type of business. With an online presence, you can do like share your hours of operation, inform of your products or services, share your values, connect with a larger audience. And this is especially useful if you ship your products or you have remote services. So I realized that today I am speaking to a wide range of business owners, everything from online marketing business owners or coaching to restaurants or churches. And no matter what your business is, you need an online presence in this day and age, or it's very helpful to have it. But some businesses may need a highly engaged social media presence where you're posting, 3 times a day and really getting your audience engaged. Whereas other businesses, I just talked to one the other day when, after talking to him for a little while, I realized that really all they needed was a one-page website that clearly laid out what they do, and then a way to get people to that website because their audience was so specific. They don't need an online presence every day and hyping people up and things like that. So just rest assured that no matter what your business, you can make an online presence work for you. So how can we effectively market our business in today's online climate? Here's what I've learned.
Hey,
So
Jade,
a little bit.
Did
Yes?
you mean to be sharing the slides?
Oh, is it not sharing?
It's not sharing. If you could reshare.
Oh, I am sorry about that. Let me go to Zoom. Is that showing up now?
Yep.
Perfect.
good.
I am so sorry about that. Thank you very much. All right. So here's what we're going to go over today. We're going to go over telling your story, connecting with your audience, making your own graphics, staying consistent, and not worrying about perfection. So whether your business is primarily online or primarily in person, these 5 tips will help you connect with the right people. Okay, my first tip, share your story. Storytelling is the best way to connect your business with your audience at a deeper level. These are just a few of the ways that you can use storytelling. And there's just many different options, whether it's sharing a long tidbit of story or just little sentences injected here and there that just connect with your audience. All right. Zig Ziglar, one of the best marketers out there. If people like you, they will listen to you, but if they trust you, they will do business with you. And storytelling is one of the best ways I have found to help your audience trust you. They are the oldest medium in human history for sharing information because they help us remember important pieces of information. Some benefits to stories are that they delight and entertain our audience. They leave an impact on people. They show the experience behind a product or service, and they stir up emotions and memories. There is studies that show that when a point is made by telling a story, it sticks with someone a lot more. I don't remember the exact number. I think it's later in my slides here, but these are 2 examples of ladies that I love following their stories. Well, Angela Fair, I create some of her stories, but we share that. And so we share that responsibility for her. So some days she goes in and does stories like this, and she is just showing a little tidbit of what she's doing that day and what she's using. And she will often, continue the story and show what she created with this. And so she shows her work process a little bit. My other example, Fiona, she is a girl that I actually only recently connected with. And she is an adventurer. So she got in her vehicle in mid-May, I believe, of this year, and decided to tour all over BC. And she just lives out of her vehicle, and she shares all of her adventures on her stories. And I love watching it. I love connecting with that because I feel connected to her when I watch her stories, and I just love watching her adventures. All right, so here is a few ways that you can engage your audience. So like I said, some people have a more involved online presence, so they need to be online a little more often with their audience. This is an example here of one of my favorite social media influencers. I started following her about 6 years ago. And I started following her when her business was very small. In fact, she is a personal trainer and she moved her business online. And I joined one of her first boot camps, and there was only 20 people in it. And now she has grown it 6 years later to a multi-million-dollar business. And this is just an example of one day of her stories. So in this example, I clicked through fairly fast, but she does a mix of her talking with her face and just showing kind of what she does throughout the day. She shows her kids on it. So even though she has a multi-million-dollar business and she could be just focusing on business, she shows a little bit of her life behind the business, which helps you connect to her a little more on a personal level. I've never met her, but I feel like I'm very close to her just because I've been watching her stories for the last 6 years. I'm going to pause that. Here's a few examples of ways that you can involve your audience in your day. Grabbing coffee, making your lunch, how you relax after work, your midday walk with your dog, setting up your workstation. Now, if you think if you are on Instagram or Facebook at all, think about the people that you enjoy watching their stories and what they are posting. And you might find that lots of it is personal experience mixed in with their business life. I made a note here, you don't have to give up all your privacy to do this well. You can keep it very surface level, but just showing little tidbits. You don't have to get, people talk about being authentic and being real. You don't have to, I firmly believe that you don't have to, share all your dirty laundry or anything like that. But people love seeing behind the scenes tidbits. All right. Remember too, good stories have a beginning, a middle, and an end. So an example is if you're showing a snippet of starting a painting, including a shot of the finished product is really important. This is one of my favorite accounts to follow. They have grown so much over the last year. And so you might have already know them. It's Go Clean Company. And she posts in her stories all her cleaning before and afters, and they're so satisfying to watch. And then she shows how she cleans it, what products she uses. And so she always has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Sometimes she just does it before and after, but everyone loves watching her stories, and it's always very motivating to go clean something. And she gives tips about what really works. So yeah, if you want examples of good stories, go to her Instagram page. You will get some really great examples. All right, I put this kind of sassy quote in. 100% of people find it annoying when TikTok videos and reels tell them to follow for part 2. So finish a story. So this is just kind of a silly example. I thought this was a silly thing to post about. And this was on not my Jade social media account. This was on my other account where I have that cosmetics business. But people got really involved in the process. So I started with this first slide here, showing the cake that my daughter wanted for her birthday. And I thought, I can do that. So then I posted stories, oh, this turned out great. And then I'm buying the cake. Follow for more baking tips because I'm terrible at it. And now in the process of this, my friend who is a professional baker contacted me. She saw my stories. She contacted me and said, hey, I have some extra ingredients out. Would you like me to make the cake? I said, yes, I'll gladly pay you to make this cake. So then the next day I posted a photo of the finished product, and I told a little bit of the story in another slide, but I couldn't fit it all on here. But yeah, her account was splattered batter, and this is mine, Red Lips in Real Life. But I was so surprised how many messages I got of people just laughing or really relating to it, oh, I've done this and I hate when that happens. And people loved seeing that story, even though it had technically nothing to do with my business. It just helped them relate to me on a personal level. Okay, speaking of Reels and TikToks, they are a great new way to tell your stories, and you can do it without ever showing your face. So many people I talk to are nervous because they don't like being on video. They haven't gotten comfortable with it, or it doesn't really line up with their business technically to show their face all the time. So here's a few ideas that you can do. Shooting video snippets of your day to make a day in the life video. Some people love, watching those snippets of people walking up, unlocking the shop, opening everything up, and then, showing how customers come in throughout the day, or your creative process throughout the day, and then shutting everything down for the night. It just makes for something, I don't know, very entertaining and connecting to watch. You can even just use photos. You can use a bunch of photos and create a collage style video. Instagram is really favoring videos these days. So if you have a bunch of photos, it can be very useful to put them all into a little video and make a collage. And then shoot snippets of a video to create a tutorial related to your business. So this lady, Knightswood Clayhouse, she's one of my favorite creators. She actually made the earrings that I'm wearing today. I love following her. I love buying her products because I can see the heart that goes into it. Now, I don't know if the sound is going to work for this. It doesn't need sound. I love videos like that because she sped it up. So there's no waiting. You just get to see the process in fast speed. And then you get to see the finished product. She shows the shot of the finished product at the end. And when I see her videos, more often than not, I quickly run to her shop to see if there's any more in stock, because the way she does them, she only has a limited amount of every earring in stock. And so if you want something, you've got to be on the ball. And I love everything about how she does her videos. And sometimes she'll go live and take people slowly through the process. But it's lovely because then you get to know her, you get to know what she's doing, and it feels so authentic. And I feel like I know her in person, but I don't. We live across the country from each other. Okay, and photo captions. You don't need to even make videos to tell stories. This is the storyteller herself. I absolutely love this creator. Her name is Kendra Hall, and she is an author and she does storytelling conferences. So she is where she really confirmed my love for stories, and she teaches me so much about telling stories every day. I love following her. So in here, she's telling a short story about how her husband was ID'd at the dump yesterday while taking out the trash because someone thought that he was David Boreanaz, and he laughed and he's like, I wouldn't be taking out my garbage if I was David Boreanaz. And he said, well, why not? Julianne Moore is here all the time. And it's just a little snippet of story, but it brings you into an experience in their life. And I don't know, it's, I just really love when I see like little bits of story like this. It's so much more relatable than when posts are sell, you know. And you can do this with any type of business. If you're a restaurant, you can tell little stories about an experience with a customer, or, you know, experience you had in the kitchen with one of the cooks or something like that. Just little things. Just a second here. All right. And most importantly, your stories don't have to be your own. In fact, stories from customers are one of the most powerful marketing tools you can use. We all have seen the power of mouth-to-mouth marketing, and, you know, hearing about why someone likes a product will push you to buy it or to look into it more, much more than if a company itself is just promoting it. It just tends to happen that way, you know, like this looks really good, but do I know anyone who's used it, and what do they think? Is it worth the money? People want to know that. This is an example that I made for Angela Fair. I do these student spotlights on her social media. I try and do them weekly, and I just feature a piece of feedback that one of her students gave about one of her courses. And this is another word for this is social proof, and it really helps validate what you're saying. It validates the message behind your business. It validates the message behind your story. Very important. Okay, we're gonna move a little bit faster here. Here's one more example. A bonus to telling stories is that your audience gets to know you a little bit and they know what you like. And this creates what's known as a brand culture. So you might find that if you are very active online and you tell your story, there's certain things that will remind people of you. And so they'll start tagging you in it or sending you things. This is Sharon Says So. Many of you have probably heard of her. She, again, has gotten very popular online this year. And she loves whales, and it has branched out into other animals. And so in addition to her normal content, which is teaching about the government, she teaches fun facts about whales or animals. And it's very entertaining to watch. And she mixes it all in with her other content. It's a great example of it. So head to her page and check out all her examples. Yes, storytelling makes your content 22% more memorable. So I wrote here that even a single sentence of story incorporated into a post helps it stick in people's minds. Although my example is an entire story that we posted on Angela Fair's page. You can find more examples on her page too. All right, point number 2, connect with your audience. So connecting with your audience, the stories are a great way to do that. And this just kind of expands on that a little bit. Share your values. Take the valuable customer service that you already use in person and duplicate it online. I can't say enough about customer service. People these days are very cautious about being scammed or not getting their money's worth when they buy something. And the way that we as consumers stave that off is by asking for social proof, asking if anyone knows more about the product, or by just accepting the customer service. If someone has great customer service, we take that as comforting that their business is going to offer us, what they say they're going to offer, and that they're going to be good to work with. So offering great customer service online is great. Focus on serving your audience with content that they will find valuable, and use questions to keep your audience engaged. This has been my motto for a long time, to make an income while making an impact. Here, a few ways to connect with your audience is with conversation. So respond to all comments online, respond to all your direct messages, and you can comment on other people's posts to just get the conversation going and connect, especially if you have somebody that's showing interest in your posts, head over to their social media profile and comment back. When in doubt about what to comment, compliment people. It always wins. Complimenting people goes such a long ways. Okay, here is an example that happened to me. I tried this product from President's Choice. I loved it. So I shared it on my stories. I just shared a little snippet that I love it. And they responded. They're a big company. This isn't a small business. They're a big grocery company in Canada, and they commented back to me. So that went a long way with me. It helped me feel like they really cared. And it just was a short response. So if you are a bigger business and you're too busy to respond to everything, you can hire a virtual assistant or social media manager to help with these tasks. It can be so helpful if you are a bigger business. But if you are a one-man show, then it is very valuable and goes a long way to connect with your audience in this way. These are just a few examples of posts I created to invite engagement. You might have noticed on Facebook lately, I've noticed that there's like question posts and then, hundreds of thousands of comments on it. Facebook seems to be favoring these types of posts that grab engagement, and they're pushing them out. So I'll see when my friends have commented on these posts, and you can create them yourself. So easy. I threw these together in 5 minutes on PosterMyWall, and people love this question. Help me find a new Netflix show. You will always get lots of comments on it. Again, this type of post won't necessarily work for every type of business, but you can usually find examples for whatever your business is, but for a super professional business, these might not be as effective, but you can invite engagement by asking questions no matter what your business is. Okay, here's an example of keeping it light and fun. It helps people relax and is another great way to help your audience connect with your brand. So this brand, The Chosen, it's a TV show. Their social media presence is top-notch, but they do get some negative comments because their show is about Jesus and the life of Jesus. So they often will get a negative comment thrown in. So they've chosen to take some of those negative comments, and about once a week, they throw it on a picture and create a meme out of it and then respond just in a fun, light, silly way. They don't take it too seriously, and they always make me giggle. So these are mixed in with much more serious, comments and feedback that they're getting. But I just applaud them for using this type of marketing because it keeps it more light. It keeps people coming back. Okay, here's some more examples of posts that create engagement. So like I say, any type of post can use engagement posts. This one just posted their hours, and then they just have a slider. This is on Instagram stories. Are you jazzed about our new hours? You can slide it up. Instagram will see that people are engaging, and it really doesn't take very much time for your audience to slide this thing up. So you can poll them, ask a question, add a countdown to an event. I have a countdown going on Angela Fair's page right now because we launched a course this week for her. And so I put a countdown on her stories to a live info session that we are having on her Instagram page tomorrow. And people can just click on the countdown and then it will notify them, but it also helps her algorithm and things like that. So Brock Johnson is an excellent example. If you want marketing tips specifically for Instagram, definitely go follow him and listen to everything he says. He is amazing at what he does. All right, number 3, just checking my time here, gotta hurry. Create your own graphics. This is a great way to share your business and the exact message that you want. So all of these examples I'm showing you, I took a template from PosterMyWall and I created it, like I changed it just a little bit for what I needed. So this is what I changed it to for Angela Fair. This is another one that could be an engagement post. All I did was I changed the words, the font, and then the options down here. They're completely customizable and they help your brand's personality shine because you can change it to your brand colors or to a picture from your brand. Here's another one that I did. This is the initial template, and I just changed it to one of my customers' brand colors and her logo. And then I used one of her testimonials to create a graphic for her. And yeah, it helps her be more recognizable because you see her colors, you see her logo and instantly recognize it. All right, and PosterMyWall has recently introduced brand kits. So I was talking about brand colors, and if you're not familiar with it, a brand kit is a graphic like this that shows the colors and the fonts that you are going to use across all your marketing to help your brand be more recognizable. So even if you're not a professional marketer or graphic designer or anything like that, having something like this made up just quick with your colors and fonts and your logo, it just gives you a frame of reference and something to use across all your marketing so that it can be more consistent that way. If you have any questions about these, reach out to PosterMyWall or to me. If you prefer, I can answer any questions about brand kits for you. Love them because I'm not a super organized person. And so having a brand kit really helps me stay focused. All right, so templates can help give your brand a professional edge, even when graphic design is not your strong suit. Here's an example of what I did. This was the PosterMyWall template, and I took and I changed it to this picture of me and a picture of the product that I sell in my cosmetics company. And this one I changed a little bit more. I changed the elements around a bit more, but it makes it look professional. And I didn't have to worry about doing it from scratch or figure out the design from scratch. I had inspiration from the template. I love how simple it makes it. All right, and all of those templates will be available to you in the extra content that Lisa is sending over. Okay, 4, consistency is king or queen. Now, this might seem a little bit like I'm going back and forth on it because while consistency is very important, it does not have to be super often. So whether you're posting multiple times a day or once or twice a week, the consistent posts just update your audience and let them know that your business is still active. So for example, you might only post once a week, just a quick update, what's going on this week in your business, and that's totally fine. But if somebody goes to your page and says, well, they haven't posted since January 2021, I don't even know if this business is still open yet. That's what I mean by consistency. Just let them know you're still open. This is an example from a restaurant in my area. They post their specials every day. It's lovely because if I want to go out for lunch, I can just go to their page and see what their special is. I can also see all of their contact info right there, hours of operation and everything. You can post about your in-store products. This is another example that's local to me. It's nice to know what they're carrying. And then this is Brock Johnson again. You can just post helpful tips for your target audience. If your business, I've seen businesses of all types actually use this. So he's an online marketer, but if you're a real estate agent or, you know, in a trade, you can post helpful tips for your audience. If you're a plumber, like, hey, here's a way to make sure that you don't run into any plumbing problems over the winter, and just post a quick tip. Stuff like that, valuable content, goes such a long way in connecting you with your audience. All right, perfection kills creativity. So it's important to take care in what we do and create high quality products and customer service and content, but perfection has a dark side. And it's something I struggle with personally. When we spend too much time fine-tuning things and the little details, we don't get it done. We don't get done what we intended. So either the post won't get put out, the website won't get published, or the products don't get launched. And yeah, this is a good representation of what I look like sometimes. And this is something I dealt with even with creating this presentation. You know, is it perfect yet? Is it perfect yet? Done is better than perfect, always. Done is better than perfect. So I often hear, I have no idea where to even start with social media. These are just a couple graphics I grabbed online. These types of feeds are often what we feel pressured to do. And that's why people feel that they don't even know where to start with social media, because they can't create, they don't have the resources or the time to create a social media account that is amazingly aesthetic all the time. These are beautiful, but they're not sustainable for most businesses. Lots of photographers and things like that have beautiful feeds, and I love them, but I can't sustain that for my business all the time. I heard this quote one time, I don't know who said it, but do more B+ work and then figure the rest out as you go. Just get it out there, get it done. When you're starting with social media, if you're really unsure or you really don't have the time, either just put a little bit of content out there or hire someone to help you. Even just hiring someone to help you brainstorm can go a long ways. So instead, try focusing on helping your target audience and providing as much value as possible. If you're doing that, people don't care what it looks like. People might not even care about the occasional spelling mistake if you are really helping them. This is a realtor in my area. She provides tips on, you know, what you can do to increase the selling value of your house. She provides tips on a lot of other things on her page too. I love following her Instagram. So you can go look at hers for more examples. Now, in conclusion, people hate to be sold to, but they love to buy. And if you just think back on your own buying experiences, this will make total sense to you. I know it does to me. When I feel like someone is being pushy or a company's being pushy, it makes me not want to buy just out of the principle of things. But when I feel connected to a business and I can tell their message behind what they're doing or their values, and I agree with them and it lines up with mine, then yes, I want to buy, you know. There's lots of things that we need to buy, but we want to usually wait and buy it from the right person. So this is something that I remind myself of when I feel overwhelmed by the marketing noise online. It reminds me to just put out content that will delight, inspire, and educate, and build a relationship with my potential audience. I like to think of it as, even if they never buy from me, I still want to talk to them. I still want to spend some time with them and get to know them. All right, so here is my cheat sheet. This is everyone I used as an example. You can go to their Instagram page and find more examples of what I was talking about. And on the left-hand side here, these graphics will link to my Facebook website and Instagram. So you can go check out more examples of that. And thank you so much for joining me today. I really enjoyed being able to present to you.
All right, Jade, if you can unshare, I'm going to grab the screen back. And so thank you. I hope everybody got a lot of good information. I have to say that I have a full Post-it note here all filled up with little ideas I had for my own social media and a couple of my friends as kinds of posts and things. if you had a great idea of some kind of post you want to try that you got from Jade's presentation, stick it in the comments for us. Now, we said there was going to be a link to bonus content. Audrey is going to put that in the chat right now, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. It's pretty cool. We're really happy that, so when you click here, you'll get a download. You'll be able to download without even entering an email or anything, free download Jade's whole presentation with all those links to the bonus content and her cheat sheet and everything else. We have a carousel here that has all of the templates, both the befores and afters that we used in the presentation. So if you like one of these and want to open it up and edit it for your company, that is there. We have a little info on Jade, and again, the links to connect with her. And we talked about the brand style guides, and these are awesome. You can just, they're PosterMyWall templates, so you can pick one that you like and then, change it, put in your own logo, your own colors, your own images, your own fonts, and you will have something to go back and refer to help you be more consistent in maintaining your brand image. And we've also suggested some other classes, and we will be posting the replay there. So hopefully that will be useful to you guys. Let us know if you like it, because we're thinking of doing more of those single downloads with access to everything. Our offer today is hashtag social30. 30% off of an annual premium or premium plus subscription to PosterMyWall for new users, or an upgrade from premium to premium plus. Let's see what, and next week we'll be doing a digital signage class, and 2 weeks from then we're going to have Monica back from Hello Fancy Media, and Monica is going to talk about shooting high quality video yourself. So there's a great fit that you can take, if you come for Monica's class and learn to take some better video, and then use Jade's techniques to post it, make it into a story and stick it on social media. Audrey, does anybody have any questions before we sign off?
No questions right now, but we had a lot of great comments. A lot of people really enjoyed the presentation, Jade, and they found your tips useful. And someone even said they were going to look into a brand kit. So thank you very much. Thank
you so much for having me.
All right, so if anybody has any additional questions for Jade, put them in the comments. PosterMyWall will be back in the comments, and Jade will be checking them out too. And please do share this video with anybody that you think could benefit from it. That is it for today. Thank you again, Jade. You were tremendous. And thank everybody for joining us. We hope you have a great day.